In this video, I'm going to give you 5 signs of good health. So as a clinician, I am seeing patients all the time and I'm doing general, physical examinations. And this is basically a summary of the salient signs that I look for on somebody to give an idea of, like how good they are with their health. So we're going to dive right in. And by the way, this is sort of a generalization. There are variations depending on genetics, race, and things like that. So this is a variation. Sorry, this is a generalization. And so don't get too caught up in the nitty-gritty details. It's just a general overview, right? One, and this is an obvious one, basically glowing, supple, healthy looking skin, right? Not like dry, but just like you can always sort of notice a glow in somebody's skin. First thing we would look at obviously is the face, and you can say like the cheeks, and maybe that's why they came up with blush, because even if it's not if it's a dark person, I mean, it's not going to be pink, but you can sort of see the glow in the apple of someone's cheek, right? So when you see that, generally the skin just has this glow. I know that's like subjective, but there's a difference between somebody having a glow and then somebody having sort of sullen, dull skin, right? So that's one of the obvious signs, one of the first things you notice, that there's this sort of glow in the skin. And we see the face, but basically everywhere you see that glow, right? And the skin looks all nice and supple. The second sign is thick hair, like, just even for a black person, black people, we don't have long hair necessarily, but generally speaking, if the hair is thick throughout, for the most part, there are different degrees, obviously, again, but it's like hair that you can tell it's not just like really stringy and thinning, and also everybody would have a feel for the hair, whether the texture is different, whether it's much more dry and brittle feeling than usual. So basically, a healthy, thick head of hair is usually a good sign of health. You don't really want to see like easy breakage, just like hair just breaking abnormally, just lots of hair in the sink or on the floor or whatever, right? So thick, healthy hair is also another sign of health. Like when I see an older woman with really thick hair, I'm always like, wow, such a healthy looking head of hair, right? Number 3 is, and this one is overlooked because this is not something that you see easily just like that, but you'd have to look in the mouth. So, and everyone can get a mirror and look in your mouth, right? So essentially all the membranes in the mouth are nice and smooth and relatively even colored. Now again, for darker pigments, black people, darker populations, there can be some darkening of the membranes in the mouth, so it might not necessarily be just like pink all over, but generally speaking, you want a nice even color of the membranes in the cheek, the inner lips, the gums, under the tongue. Everything should be relatively, smooth and even. Essentially, you don't want to see ulcerations. There shouldn't be any shallow ulcerations anywhere in any of these membranes. There shouldn't be any white patches, just like these abnormal white patches. Sometimes they're lacy, like looks like lace patches, on the sides of the tongue or on the cheeks, on the inner cheeks. You see these white patches, or sometimes over the tongue. People have like a thick white coating of the tongue. That's not normal. Everything should be a nice, even pink or, darker color, generally speaking. So that's another good sign of health. Nice, smooth, pink or even colored membranes inside the mouth. And by extension too, the gums, should be nice and smooth and not swollen, and definitely, not bleeding. So everything nice and smooth and even colored. Number 4, strong nails. Now, of course, some people have thicker nails and harder nails than others, but generally speaking, it should be just evenly textured nails, on all 10 of your fingers. Also, nice, even colored nails as well. You shouldn't have lots of flaking of the nails. The nail bed shouldn't be sunken like a spoon, and there shouldn't be a lot of discoloration, because that would indicate that something is off, whether some sort of nutritional deficiency or some sort of inflammatory problem in the body. Something is off if the nails are all flaky and so on and so forth. So you want nice, even colored, relatively strong nails on all of your fingers and also all of your toes. Now, a lot of times we ignore the toes and the toenails tend to be thicker than the fingernails, but again, you still want relatively even coloring and texture as well, right? And then the fifth one, and this is different. And all these things I mentioned, they're signs, things that you can sort of look at, right? But this one is kind of almost like, you know, not a symptom. But basically, this fifth one is if you can get up from sitting cross-legged on the floor without using your hands to help you. Now, that's probably one of the best signs of health. I read that somewhere a long time ago, and I was like, oh, can I do that? And I still can. But basically, being able to support your body's weight, right, getting off the floor without using your hands to help you is a sign of like general good strength, which would be obtained from overall health. Okay, now of course it could just be lack of, you know, physical fitness, and or if anything else is going on, there's always the possibility of improving. So the physical fitness might be down, but you can easily work on that. Like I said too, these are all sort of general signs, right? And I specifically wanted to talk about signs, things that you can look at for yourself rather than symptoms or things that need to be testing. This is just simple first step, but as always, you want to seek medical attention from your own healthcare provider when in doubt or when concerned about anything related to your situation. Otherwise, if there's simple things that you can do day by day to help maintain or improve your health, by all means do so. And you know, I have many other videos with different aspects related to improving health, so you can refer to those. And I thank you all for watching. Any questions, leave them in the comments below. Enjoy the rest of your day.